Good morning, it's Lynn Christian at Soul Salt, and today we're talking about understanding your deep identity. Now, some of you may already know what I'm talking about. I know some of you are watching from the Goddess Lab from Because Cosmetics, but identity is not about your face, although your identity, your deep sense of who you are, might shine through that. It's not about your body, although many of us express our deep identity through the actions of our body. It's not even about your social media presence, although our personal brand, our remarkability factor, deep identity may show up, may actually be exhibited in some fashion in our social media. But who we are in the depths of our soul is what we're talking about today. And Carl Jung once said that knowing that, who you are in your soul, is one of the most frightening things. I found it to be, yes, somewhat frightening, and also one of the most exhilarating things to understand, because when we know this, we can anchor into it, we can engage flow. That means the green lights find us all the way down the street instead of red lights. The parking space opens up when we need it. The person we need to talk to shows up. The money that we need shows up. The opportunities that we need and want show up. Life just works. And we have a sense of peace. We have a sense of stillness because we have a sense of who we are and why we are here. It's like understanding this excavation of this thread that runs through our soul that tells us what our remarkability factor is. And it's not just a one-time thing, although many of you have followed us and you identified or excavated your core values. That's a part of that navigational system that tells us who you are in your soul and what to be true to, how to align your actions with your behavior so you are true to yourself. But there are a lot of things you can do to understand self-identity. Here are some of them. Spend 30 days identifying 100 aspirations, 100 heart dreams, and then go do some of those. Because our job here at Soul Salt is to help you sometimes see who you are by what you're able to do and have those actions reflect back to you pieces of who you truly are. Last time we spoke about presence, so if you missed that, go back to last week's Facebook Live. We talked about having a presence around your purpose. Your purpose is why you're here. Your identity is who you are while you're here. And it's always a journey, it's an unraveling. It's something that you'll take a lifetime to discover. It will transform over the decades. It will get deeper. You'll have a broader, more succinct and clear understanding of it. So at the soul, at the plumb line of who I am, you'll find courage. You'll find me always reaching for integrity, even when it's hard and even when I fail. And you'll find me seeking freedom. Those are the things that make up deep identity to me. Another way to find out some of your deep identity is to challenge yourself or be with somebody, a coach or trainer, who will challenge you and stretch you so you can see pieces of your remarkability factor that maybe have been left latent. Another thing you can do is you can really get focused. Set out those priorities and then start living on the things that you say are your priorities and make sure that they are your priorities and not somebody else's. Jenna's going to embed a download of 10 ways to really find deep identity. You'll see also that there are some affiliated interviews that I've done with Jenna Link, and also one that I've done with Mr. Roberts, who owns the sect. So if you want to listen to me interview Paul and Jenna, that's another deep dive you can take into deep identity. But just for today, ask yourself, who is someone that you truly admire? Someone that you respect? Someone you'd like to be a little more like? It can be a person who's living or not. Someone that you've known or someone you've just known of. And with that person, with their face in your mind's eye, list out 5 things about that person that makes you notice them today while we're talking. Now that you have those in mind, realize that we don't see the world as it is, we see it as we are. And those words that you use to describe this other person are pieces of your deep identity. They're pieces of your biggest, most magnified self. That's why you thought of those when you saw this person. That's why they reflected those back to you. Knowing your deep identity is critical if you're going to be a badass. So today we challenge you. Find pieces of your badass self. Find those pieces that make you true. and then go out and live them. And you will know what we're talking about at Soul Salt when we say, be true to yourself, be strong, and stay focused on being a badass. Take good care.